Welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Eric, and today we are talking about Wizards of the Coast D&D 5e Planescape Adventures in the Multiverse. So thank you to Wizards of the Coast for sending over this online code so we could access this early on D&D Beyond. And I also want to say thank you to our cool friends over at Into the AM. They've sent me some nice shirts. Check it out, intotheam.com/FryMinis. You get a discount. We get a little affiliate code thing there. Works out. Everybody wins. And also, it's Banderhobbtober. So celebrate our love of Banderhobbs. Come on over, discord.gg/FryMinis. Enter our painting contest. Check it out at FryMinis.com. All sorts of cool things there, including player resources if you want to play a Banderhobb or Banderhobb adjacent creature or class or items or all sorts of things. Check it out, FryMinis.com. Okay, so we have a bunch of videos we're going to try to take care of, but first we're talking about our background options. We've got two in this book. Let's take a look. Side note, so Planescape was a video game back in, was it the late 90s, early 2000s? That was out when I was busy playing Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. All my time in the universe went to playing those games, so I never actually played Planescape, I will admit. But important city to know, Sigil, not Sigil, Sigil is the it's like a magic city with a bunch of portals, and this is very, very high level. A bunch of portals throughout that connect to everywhere, maybe every when, but it's a multiversal city. I know multiverse things are really popular right now, but I think it tracks here. Okay, so first up we have the Gate Warden background. Gate Warden, you spend a significant amount of time somewhere influenced by intense planar forces or a portal to another plane of existence, such as one of the gate towns in the Outlands. You're accustomed to experiences that would leave others reeling in terror or enraptured by otherworldly beauty, and you're as comfortable dealing with celestials and fiends as you are with vendors in town who might be one and the same. Cool. So a lot of times character options in books will give you a local yokel. Here's your local yokel. Also note that this is a prerequisite to be in a Planescape campaign. Some of the feats that you get here are pretty great. And so just like silvery barbs, don't be surprised if a lot of people want to get these outside of those individual campaigns, but DMs, rest assured, you can point to, in the book, it says, no, we have to be in a Planescape campaign. Skill proficiencies, persuasion, and survival. Languages, 2 of your choice, abyssal, celestial, or infernal recommended. Equipment, a ring of keys to unknown locks, a blank book, an ink pen or quill, a bottle of black ink, a set of traveler's clothes, and a pouch containing 10 gold pieces. Okay, cool. I love suggested options when we're like with the languages there. Personally, that's my ideal way to handle like racial stat boosts. So like if you say a dwarf, like you can do the pick 2 or pick 2 and +1, whatever. But if you say typically or often or even stereotypically, a dwarf has +2 constitution or something, like, I don't know. I like recommendations that kind of gives you a shape of what would be typical. So I'm on board with that. And survival and persuasion are great skills. Feature, planar infusion. Living in a gate town or similar location steeped you in planar energy. You gain the scion of the outer planes feat. In addition, you know where to find free, modest lodging and food in the community you grew up in. First, again, reinforcing that we are a local, we know people we can call on when we need to find a place to crash. So the feat, we'll do a different video for the feats, but functionally, it's a great feat. You can pick a like order, chaos and neutral and evil and good. You can pick from those things, and you can gain a resistance and a cantrip. So I think that's pretty great. Getting resistance out of a feat, I think, is awesome. Building a Gate Warden character. Those who dwell for an extended time near a permanent portal to another plane absorb the essence radiating from the realm beyond. Those influenced by the same plane share similarities in behavior and even physical appearance. Suggested characteristics. The influence of an outer plane shapes your perspective. The Gate Warden personality traits table suggests traits you might adopt for your character. Gate Warden personality traits. It's a D6 table. 1. Strange events and otherworldly creatures don't faze me. 2. I think in terms of exchange. Something for something, nothing for nothing. 3. I speak with an unusual cadence. 4. I pepper my speech with words or curses borrowed from plainer languages. 5. I've seen enough to know that you can't take anyone at face value, so I scrutinize everyone. 6. I have a superstitious habit I picked up from my gate town, such as touching iron when I'm nervous or arranging objects in a specific order. I always love these tables. I think they do so much to help you shape a character that is specific and relevant for an area or an adventure. You know, it's if you want to just show up with, hey, I'm Freddy Elf and I'm a super elfy person and I cast Firebolt, that's cool. But for me, I like it when my character has a reason for being there and isn't just pluck and play. Although that's okay too, but we all have our favorites, right? Gate Warden trinkets. When you make your character, you can roll once on the Gate Warden trinkets table instead of on the trinkets table in the player's handbook for your starting trinket. Gate Warden's trinkets table is a D6. 1. A tiny vial pendant filled with a drop of honey that glows faintly. 2. A small lead ingot that has a strange thumbprint pressed into it and whispers when held tightly. 3. 2 lodestone spheres that chime when they attract each other. 4. A smoldering pebble of coal that, while always hot, doesn't burn skin, fur, scales, or clothing. 5. A feather that sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius. 6. A ring made from a chain link that, once donned, won't come off without pulling painfully hard. Same deal. Fun little items. If you really wanted to get into nitty gritty on it, 5 feet of light for a feather, like, could that be a magic item? But it's fun. It's fun. I like it. And I just want you to know, I thought about doing these 2 backgrounds as 2 different videos, but ultimately I decided, why have you listen to my cool reference to Into the AM/FryMinis, intotheam.com/FryMinis twice, when we can just cover it in one video? Or why tell you again about Banderhobbtober over at FryMinis.com or discord.gg/FryMinis? Let's save you a little second here and just do it all in one video. So here we are, doing it all in just one video. Okay, here is our second background in this book, 2 of 2. Planar Philosopher requires Planescape campaign. You subscribe to a philosophy that seeks to understand the nature of the planes or some hidden truth of the multiverse. You draw strength from your conviction and perhaps a network of like-minded thinkers, such as the factions of Sigil, summarized below. In your travels, you explore the depths of your understanding and spread your philosophy wherever you go. Okay, so we've got our in the Gate Warden, we've got our local who's just kind of hanging out, and here we've got somebody who's maybe adventuring, maybe learning, maybe exploring a little bit. Skill proficiencies: Arcana, and the skill associated with your faction, or 1 skill of your choice. Languages: 2 of your choice. And equipment: a portal key, such as a bag of golden tea leaves or the tooth of a planar beast, a manifesto of your guiding philosophy, a set of common clothes in your faction style, and a pouch containing 10 gold pieces worth of coins from different worlds and planes. So, without going into too much detail in this particular video, there are a bunch of factions and you can align with the different factions, and so each of the factions have different themes. Like one of them says all gods are frauds, and so that has a different skill proficiency than a different one. So there's a whole big list. I'll run through those real quick, but I'm not going to go into detail on the actual factions in this video. Athar, Religion, Bleak Cabal, Insight, Doomguard, Nature, Fated, Intimidation, Fraternity of Order, History, Hands of Havoc, Stealth, Harmonium, Perception, Heralds of Dust, Medicine, Mercy Killers, Survival, Mind's Eye, Persuasion, Society of Sensation, Performance, Transcendent Order, Athletics. So you've got a lot of good skills there. You know, you might want to read up on the factions or stay tuned. Maybe we'll have a video shortly about the factions. But it makes sense for your character to kind of align with one of these groups. But also at the end of the day, if it doesn't make sense for your character, or your character maybe already has that skill and we don't want to double dip, you can just pick your own. So I appreciate the recommendation, but I also appreciate the ability to just kind of do what we need to do. Oh, also, there are some rules in here for making your own faction, but that seems pretty spicy. Feature, Conviction. You gain the Scion on the Outer Planes feat. In addition, members of your organization provide you free, modest lodging and food at any of their holdings or the homes of other faction members. So this is the same deal. You are getting that really cool feat that gives you a resistance and a cantrip. And I'll just tell you, one of these gives you psychic resistance. So all you wild bear barbarians out there that love to stack those psychic resistances to match your complete package, for now anyway, there you go. Building a planar philosopher character. Some groups of planar philosophers might prefer certain types of characters, but by and large, any character who upholds and furthers the beliefs of such a group is welcome within its ranks. Suggested characteristics. Adventurers who dedicate themselves to a particular philosophy regarding the multiverse are welcomed among factions that embrace those beliefs. The planar philosophy personality trait tables suggest various traits you might adopt for your character. The planar philosophy personality traits table is a D6. 1. I don't venerate any gods. With time, we can be as powerful as them or greater. 2. Experience is everything. Live in the moment. 3. When things crumble, I find meaning in the dust. 4. Life thrives through order, and I seek to maintain that order. 5. When others make plans, the multiverse laughs, and so do I. 6. I know it's right, and none will stand in my way. Okay, cool. Planar Philosopher Trinkets. When you make your character, you can roll once on the Planar Philosopher Trinkets table instead of on the Trinkets table in the player's handbook for your starting trinket. Planar Philosopher's Trinkets table is a D6. 1. A locket with a picture of my mentor and an inscription I can't read. 2. Bleached cranium rat skull with colored glass beads in its eye sockets. 3. Torn parchment with half a rebus painted on it. 4. Bracelet of twisted razor vine stems. 5. Fragment of a bronze blade covered in verdigris. 6. Broken holy symbol of a forgotten god. Well, I don't know how you're not picking the cranium rat skull with the fancy eyes. That's the clear winner there. Okay, so I think both of these backgrounds are great. It gives you two kinds of characters that make sense for this setting. You've got a local and you've got somebody who is familiar and maybe a little more active. I don't know if that's the right word. Outgoing. I don't know if that's the right word either, but it gives you the two styles, I think, of characters. So if you want to be somebody kind of swept up in adventure or somebody who is looking for the adventure. I'm not 100% on that, but that analogy there, that metaphor, but that's close enough for me. I like these. I like the feat that you get with it. I think it's great. A resistance and a cantrip. Those are really awesome. These are a win. Now, I will say I don't have books. You know, normally I get the books. I'm not sure where my books are. Wizards of the Coast, please help me. I don't have any books. I know other people have books. I don't have books, but I got the code. The code's great. Appreciate the code. Thank you very much. Still love those books. Okay, so stay tuned. We'll have more stuff here coming soon. And again, Banderhobbtober. Come check it out. Just go to FryMinis.com. And if nothing else, even if you don't want to paint a mini, just look at the last couple years. We've got the entries of the people who've painted minis. And you can see, like, we've got some really high-end, super great people. And then we also have some people literally their first time painting minis. And everybody gets some recognition and shout out there. It's super fun. Okay, thank you for watching. We'll have more into the am.com/FryMinis. See ya.